few years ago, I met here with the deacon of the church, saw him playing with some kids, and I said, the difficulty with the screens is that it's too easy for us to forget who we are, where we are, and when we are. It's too easy to travel around the world, too easy to travel in time, too easy to imagine we're somewhere else. In 1987, we had a market crash called Black Monday, and I actually lost my cousin to suicide the year before. Sent me into a depression and frustration with the way the world was, because I loved her very much. And I think it was a version of Hot Girl Summer where she succumbed to all kinds of Arabian princes and flying monkeys. And in 87 we had Black Monday. And honestly, things started to get better after Black Monday. What happened was we overvalued real estate. We thought it was more important than people. And we forgot that churches were sanctuaries where the downtrodden and the people of Christ got to gather. And we ended up trying to please everybody. And in the end, we pleased nobody. And this is one of the problems of the Anglo-Saxon people, my people. We tend to be autistic, we tend to be people pleasers, we tend to be neurodivergent, we tend to have ADHD, we tend to fly 10,000 feet in the air. And that's why the Muslims call us angels. They call us angels because we're 10,000 feet in the air. And we call ourselves Anglo-Saxons, angel sword people. Because when you try to please everybody, you please nobody. And then people end up crying. And as the Annunaki got frustrated with the people, they saw themselves as lesser gods. And when they get frustrated with the whining and the crying, well, then the swords come out. You start by being too nice to people, and you consider yourself an empath, you consider yourself a good person, you just try to make everybody happy, and then you end up selling the same thing to everybody over and over again in such a way that's unaccountable. And you lock the churches of the doors of the sanctuary, and you hoard it and you sell it off. And you close the Out of the Cold program for the nighttime so that people can't sleep inside. And they die in the woods, and you say it's okay because the city's got it, but the city absolutely doesn't. And there's 100,000 people in the woods. And you start calling people crazy because they're saying, hey, that's breaking the social contract. It actually takes a market crash for people to wake up from this trance, this free money trance, this entitlement. Poor me, I've got too much money. I deserved it because I bought in, because I did my thing. And this, actually what you had was grace. And you didn't share it. You didn't share it because you felt like a victim, because of all the bad things that happened to you as a child. We all had bad things happen to us as children. Childhood is rough. If not enough bad things happen to you as a child, that becomes your trauma. That's the thing you complain about. So it's just kind of a mechanism of humanity. When we start valuing buildings over the people that they're supposed to have, and the church basements are no longer sanctuaries, and Out of the Cold just means giving people food and feeling good about yourself for locking them out at night to die and lose fingers and freeze and getting getting the book and across the border, getting the book of Enoch about angels is very difficult, but getting hundreds of kilos of fentanyl, very easy. You know you're on the wrong side of history. Angel Sword people, you're on the wrong side of history. Wake up.